I am Fred Ogola. I'm an expert in decision making. Today, I want to ask the question that people are afraid to ask. Where is the church in the COVID-19 war? At least what I'm hearing from people trying to say, I'm seeing messages, Christians are forming up several WhatsApp groups, trying to look for how to fundraise to at least finance their pastors, finance priests whom they used to help before, because now there's no sadaka. That's what I'm seeing. But is the church in the epicenter of the fight of COVID-19, or they have just gone back trying to look for how to sustain themselves? So I'm sorry to ask this question because COVID-19, as I said before, is going to hit Kenya in a hard way. Guys are still thinking it's a joke. As all epidemics we have seen, epidemics starting outside Africa has taken time to pick up in Africa, but when they pick up, they hit Africa really hard. And this is statistical. So without wasting more time, let's go back here and ask, where is the church? First of all, let's agree. Immediately COVID-19 started, there was some bad luck for the church. That bad luck was that there was a priest in the controversy of having spread. And this priest brought some bad press for the church. And this bad luck made the church maybe retreat. And the second thing which happened is that the government issued a directive that there is no gathering even in churches. So the church went on to try to defy the orders. So here the government scored, the church lost. Here the government again scored, the church lost. So the church lost its legitimacy here. Again, the church lost another legitimacy. And as they continue again fighting for survival, instead of thinking strategic, they're losing more legitimacy. So the question is, do they have a second chance? Yes, I'm sure they do have a second chance. And I'll explain it by stating that first and foremost, the government has lost legitimacy. What do I mean by that? People discovered this BBI thing. BBI means Brenda and Brian Initiative, where the government went and started cheating all Kenyans about these stories, which was not adding up about Brenda and Brian. And now, you don't see now people having more enthusiasm when you come to listening to all the brief the government is giving, because guys are saying the government must be taking down a story which they don't believe is the right story. And that's where the church now has got what's called what? A chance. So the church can come back and pick up their legitimacy and start fighting. So another important reason why the church has a chance is that legitimacy for government is not the same as legitimacy for the church as a private sector. So let me just explain it this way. There's a certain way these people have legitimacy. First of all, a government legitimacy is meant to be legal license to operate. That's why the government goes for an election to get legitimacy. The church doesn't go for an election. The private sector is about efficiency. They're able to offer services to people, products to people efficiently. That's why people go to them and ignore the government. But NGO, where the church falls, their legitimacy is sociability. They have the social license to operate. They tend to be more trusted because they work on the psychological level and the spiritual level much more than legal things. So this is why they can actually get back their legitimacy by coming back and proving that they still can be able to withstand this legitimacy. Now, if you look at other history why we are where we are now in regards to losses, you'll discover that in 2007 post-election violence, the church did not have a similar stand. They were divided, and therefore they lost legitimacy in terms of that. We come to another level why the church is not the epicenter of this economy at the moment. When we went to the 2017 election standoff, the church also was divided in political lines. Therefore, they lost legitimacy. In this war, COVID-19, the church has a chance. And what do I mean by the church has a chance to do this? What the church needs to do is that to categorize and realize that people can rely on the government is not just going to issue gazette notices. You can see the gazette notices coming by legal license. That's what the church is good at. And at the moment, the church is very, the government is going to be more, let's talk about operational, more functional, by looking at, should we close restaurants? Should buses operate or not? Should we open malls or not? Should we close roads or not? But the church can go for something much higher, metaphysical, which goes beyond all the physical things the government is seeing, and chart the direction by touching the hearts of people, and mostly in the education towards the COVID-19 pandemic. The people who can be listened to more and the most is the church and the teacher. I have a young boy in this house that when a teacher says 1 + 1 is equal to 11, even if I'm a professor, his brother, his son, father saying, no, it is 2, he won't believe me. He will believe the teacher. If a pastor says, the reading is saying this, they listen to the pastor. They listen to my priest. They won't listen to me religiously. So the church has got what we call the social license to operate. Remember, legal license to operate can be stolen. Of course, elections have been stolen. I've heard they have been stolen. Someone can steal a certificate from a university like a lecturer and teach with it. Someone can steal a legal certificate and become a lawyer. Someone can steal a medical certificate and become a doctor. But it is very hard to steal social license to operate. Remember, the church is in a better spot. Let the church stop following the government. Let the church remember a government can go through election in 2022, but the church can only win the social license to operate by people trusting them. It's harder to get the social license than the legal license. But once you have the social license, you can almost feel like you have the legal license. So the church is meant to play a higher role in society. Let the church not fight with the government. Let them get the social license from people, educate people on hygiene, educate people on how to do their well-being, behavior change that will help fight COVID-19. Dear church, I want to see you in the epicenter of fighting COVID-19, because after we go through this, and if we happen to go through it, which I hope we will, you will be judged just the way you are judged during the post-election violence, the 2007, 2008. You will be judged by the position you took in the 2017 election, and now the position you took when you are being told to close churches. Thank you.